as you move more into your backswing,
Yeah.
your awareness is slowly turning off and going into a different part of the swing or ball, or so you hold it together up to about that point where the hands disappear. As soon as they go, it's like you gotta stay on it, and it's like your thoughts are shifting. Okay, I'm at the final stage now, starting to prepare for this bit, for the downswing bit. So your thoughts are like one step, your thoughts are connected here.
Yeah.
Club, ball,
Yeah,
club,
right.
okay, body, arms, okay, because, the ball still doesn't come into the factor yet. So I've got ages, so I don't have to think about the ball yet. I don't have to think about the ball. Okay, I should start to think about preparing to go to school now, and suddenly what you were doing is like slightly sort of, I'll just forget what I was doing there for a minute and start to focus on that. And then, as you allow that to happen, then the brain goes into, okay, so we've switched from consciousness now to subconsciousness. Now, what is it that we normally do? We tip up and we flip it. So you're running the operation, you're running the swing on conscious awareness, and then it goes into subconscious awareness. You're giving it some, but you've moved into the preparation of the downswing too soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep the conscious awareness
Yes.
of this.
Yes. And in doing so, when you then get to the point where you've completed it, your brain is going to go, oh crap, I haven't got enough time to now hit the ball. I'm not psyched up. I'm not ready to hit the ball mentally. And then it obviously goes wrong. So at the moment, your time, the time that you're giving yourself, or the time that's required, you think it's required, to get your body into a state of readiness to hit it, you're giving yourself too much time, and the state of readiness that you think you need to be to hit the ball is the wrong state to be in. You go into a brace state, which is why you stiffen you can just see, it's so fluid, and then it's like, right, prepare to hit it, and the concept of hitting is to stiffen. Yeah, and that's when it all goes pear-shaped, because you stiffen up here.
Yeah.
So you pull up a bit and you don't flip. Now, is that because you can't do it? No, not at all. It's actually because you're going into the state that you think you need to be in to hit the ball, which is stiff. So your muscles tighten here in preparation to hit it, and then of course then it all locks up, so then it does that. Yeah, so it's literally you're going into the wrong state too early.
Okay.
And if you keep, and that won't change unless you change it, because that state that you're going into is the wrong state to be in to hit the ball.
Okay, makes sense.
Typically because something is missing, because you recognize that, well, if I do it properly, there's no power. Where's my power coming from? I'm being robbed of this bit. Well, and that's, but that's partly because you're missing the clubhead speed segment. You're missing the concept of what is hitting the ball. So because you don't have that, you then recruit other movements or other states to do it in, which then bulldozes that.
Okay, makes sense.
So where the club head speed comes from is in this. So you've got your setup, and the grip is inside the left arm here, and when you swing the club back, what happens is that the club on the drag away, the club stays on the inside of your left arm because you're dragging. That's good. Dragging. And then when you do the flip moves the grip to the left side of the arm. And then as you then work it down, as you work the arms down, that grip handle moves away from the left arm. So that's basically what we're wanting to happen. So there's two things. You drag it away. By dragging it away and keeping the grip inside the left arm means that we're recruiting big muscles to wind them up. Otherwise, if we do that, we're not winding the muscles up, the big ones. So we wind the big muscles up first, here, and then, so that's inside the left arm. Then we flip it, or we could use the grip for that. So we move the grip. So we move this end, the butt end, away from the left arm, and we flip it to the left side of the arm. So we pull it away and flip it. Now, this angle here is this club head speed generator. This is where it happens. So we use the body as a mechanism, a trolley, to carry our food to the checkout. So we've then got the potential energy here. This is where the speed is. There. Now the thing is, and this is the key bit, is that when you release this, when you snap it as hard as you can, two things need to happen. First, when you snap it as hard as you can, your legs assist in that. So the legs push down to help aid this butt going up. But here's the thing, the snap finishes when the grip cap, or the grip is in line with the left arm. So that's the completion of the snap. Whoosh, there. Now, if you've got less hinge at this point, then this grip is closer to the left arm. So really, burp, burp. But people, what they do is they recruit what I describe as a negative release. So a lot of people get club head speed, but don't hit it very far. That's predominantly because they hit the ball with the grip end going towards the right arm. So you end up in this position. And that's where a lot of people then get confused, because it's like, well, I get loads of club head speed without much wrist hinge at the bottom. You do, but you get no compression on the ball whatsoever, because you haven't got the face staying on the ball. Here it's just a glancing blow. It's like rather than that. So this is kind of like, this is where the speed is here. It's not this way. This has speed, but the problem is that with it going this way, there's no, that we're adding loft to the club, and it's weak. We're ending up short. It's like getting to you, throwing a punch, but arriving short, punching to your chest. I can punch your chest, but a great boxer would punch not the chest, but it would be aiming to hit the spine. So it'll reach the chest, but have so much more energy to strike through into the back. So and that's what we're trying to do. So you're striking the chest here. Okay, so we go up to the top, we drag it away. We're using this as the guide. Drag it away. We're keeping it inside the left arm. Forget the kind of like the old one with the butt into the. It's the same sort of concept really, but I think it's more important to use this as a reference. So you go up, drag it away. Now you move the butt end away from the left arm and over to the left side of the arm. That happens right at the end there. Then on the downswing, it moves a bit more away from the left arm this way. So it moves left of the left arm and it pulls even further away. And this is the speed. How much you can do this and that decides the speed. Then you come down, and then when you decide to snap it, the snap finishes when the grip is in line with the left arm. Then it stays together, and then eventually, just like it did here, it will start to come away there. It never wants to really go inside the left arm, it still wants to kind of ideally stay in line with it, so not inside it. But if you release it all here, now, and some people do, and that's fine, but if they release it there, the grip must stay in line with the left arm. You can't cheat, as people do, and do that. And some people have got like 113 mile an hour club head speeds, but don't hit it anywhere because they're not able to put any compression on their driver. So then I give them then the correct way, and the club head speed goes down to 100, and they go, oh, you just robbed me of 10 miles an hour. I have, but your smash factor has gone up to 1.49. But then the ego goes, yeah, but I much prefer 115 rather than 105 or whatever. So where you are in the grand scheme of things is you go back, you drag it away, fine and dandy, and then but from about here, as you set this, your brain's going, right, let's go. And then you tighten up, you pull up there, and then when you loop it, the loop is not loose enough because you're already trying to hit it. And then you dump it, but what you do in your defense is that you seldom flick it. You don't flick it. However, you lose the fake clubhead speed, not the genuine clubhead speed. So then you just try and then hit it harder to make up for the fact that you've unloaded it. But the one thing in your defense is that you don't do that and fake it. You still keep that. You still keep that movement. So this is why we've spent so much time dragging it away. Drag it away to get the big muscles moving. And because you're moving the big muscles, of course, you're going to hit like, tight spots, because now your big muscles. So the natural thing is to do that, because it's like, oh, this is awkward. Well, that's only because your body's tense. So you've got to relax the body more. The more you keep your body relaxed, the body can do it. The body can turn, but it's just tension that you're building up because you're thinking about hitting the ball. So relax, 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 relax. Okay, then this goes outside my left arm and the butt goes away. So I'm now loading. Now I've loaded it up, keep relaxed, and then
Interesting.
So, this is just throwing a different angle of what we've been doing. So if you go down the club for me, great, or just down to there, great. So in your peripheral vision, you want to see some of that grip, so you probably need to slide up a bit more. Great. Okay. So it's inside there, because that's what we want. We don't want it outside because we've already loaded, we want to drag it away. So we take it away, big muscles, good. Now, relax, super. Okay, so at this point there, great. The club's inside, got lovely arm extension, your back's winding up. Now it's like, okay, relax. And this is the point when you start to now start to think about swinging and hitting it, and then you tighten up. We've got to get this working. So this now begins to set. So it starts to go away from your body, so it's moving away, and then starts to flip. Okay. Now we've shortened the turn just for the sake of getting that. So it goes up and over. Because we want this to move outside your left arm. Outside your left arm. Starts inside it. It goes on the outside of it. There. So this angle represents, this is measuring speed.
Okay.
If you're here, you're going to have the potential of less speed, here more. And then as you come down then, keep everything relaxed, everything fine and body. You want your body to be the vessel, it's the vessel to bring this back to the ball. If you don't move your body, then this is going to start to unload because you're trying to move the club back. So your body's the vessel, so it's not the turbo, you just move the body. Move the body, keep it relaxed. Because any amount of tightening up there is going to throw the club down. Because the problem that we've got now is we've got gravity fighting us. Because as soon as the club goes back, past vertical, there's a lot of force going this way, which is making us rob this.
Okay.
We've got to keep this. So the way we do it is by being supple. If we're supple here, and we're floating, and we can kind of keep the wrist supple, keep the body supple, fluid there, it's much easier to hold this up. As soon as we put tension in, we can't do it. So that's why as well, you kind of want this loading to be part of the downswing, since you're moving the club head back, preventing gravity from going that way, because if you load it on the backswing, as soon as that club starts to go past vertical, it's going that way. If we're here, coming down, bending it back, look how far we've come down before we've got that to deal with. So, we float it down, and you're using your body, hold that there. Now, it's like, well now, you fire the wrist as hard as you can to there. And that's it. That's where the speed is.
Right.
So all that flipping backswing length, all the backswing,
It's really
to get all the way back to there, is just to get this angle right. I mean, a lot of it as well is the fact that the body, this big body turn that we need, is to help us with our club path. So that's why we have to turn more. If we turn less, our path is out to in. If we overturn, our path is in to out. We can manipulate with our wrists as well, but by and large. And if we're talking about like what the body's doing, which is like the vessel to bring the club back to the ball, well then we're using the bigger muscles. Now, if you think of the wrist speed as being at impact around 2,000 degrees per second, we want the body to be, the hips to be 400 degrees, upper body maybe 700 degrees. So in comparison to the speed of the wrist, the body doesn't have to move that fast. I mean, to get 400 degrees per second sounds like a lot, and to a lot of people it is, but it's only because they're tense.
Yeah.
But if you were to do that, that's 400.
Right.
Rory's 800, but he's not tense when he does it, he's fluid. So when we're only doing that, we're only going that far back to be able to get the, like I said, the orientation, the swing in the right direction, use the muscles, but because we've got so much time back to the ball, particularly when the club is floating backwards, the club's moving further away from the ball as we get to it. We're just a vessel. The body's just a vessel. It carries this movement back to the ball, and then, but if we're not fast there, it doesn't matter what you do. And most people aren't fast there, so then they're fast in everything else, they tense up and so forth. So, let's go back again. So you're dragging it away, Good. And there, you want to feel loose. So check your body. So when you're doing your hours of practice, check your body. What's my body like? Am I relaxed? You don't want to be relaxed as in like, relax, you've got to hold the structure, but you've got to be relaxed there. Great. Now, because your turn always comes up a bit short, you've got to keep turning. Great. There you go. Now that's great. So the hand's inside, the grip's inside your left arm. So now it goes that side. Great. And now, you now use your body, your vessel. Use your body, use your body, use your body, use your body. No tightness. Great. Now, this angle here is huge. So now, you just snap it back to, that's it. That's it. Simple, huh?
Interesting concepts.
It's another way of just
Yeah. I always feel so stiff.
because you
I do feel so stiff.
and everybody is.
Yeah.
Everybody is, particularly guys that are very strong as well, who have done some form of boxing or whatever, or big lats, you know. But even then, you know, the whole point of martial arts, which is probably the epiphany of speed, is that they're taught to have squishy muscles. I mean, you watch the way they move. I mean, it's like you blink and it's gone. I mean, they're so fast, but you can't be fast when you're tense.
Right.
But our concept is brace because, and it's only because we don't have the snap.
Right.
We don't snap it. We just don't. And if people did, then there could be so much more fluid. So basically, we're moving away again. We're moving away to get that body turning. Great. Okay. Good. Then this is the power bit. So you set it, hold that there. Keep this butt as far away from this left arm. Now, keep this soft. Okay. Use your vessel. Use your vessel. Now, you don't use your vessel. So you get to there and you don't use it. You partly use it and then you throw it. And then of course, club of speed isn't there, so the brain goes, oh, hit it freaking harder. And then
So it's got to come from the hips.
the hip, the body is the trolley, the vessel to deliver that, because otherwise, as you unhinge here, you're just leaking power, and then you've got like a little to hit it with,
Okay.
or as then most people do, they just flash it through with their right wrist to make up for it. So, okay, so let's get that lovely posture. Good. If you want to come up, that's great. Okay, drag it away. Keep it. Good. That's it. Great. So that's staying outside. Good. Now turn a little bit more. Lovely. Super. Now begin the. Good. Hold that there. Good. Now, as you come down, see if you can get this to move as you come down. Right, do that again. That was great. Now, as you do this though, use your hips to move. Good. Now, okay. Now you did it beautiful. It was very, very, very.
Textbook.
Oh, it was like, yeah. The girls would go wild seeing you do that change. But you change and then stop. So you just change direction. You've got to use your vessel to carry it. So it's not just to change directions, it's actually to change and use your body to bring the club back to the ball. So, great posture. Great. Good. Good. Okay. Pretty good. So, what do you get marks for? Well, marks for the takeaway. That's good because you've got a really good shoulder turn building. You then do the wrist change, so you shallow it. Okay, but here, good arm drop. Hips are moving, but they're a bit sluggish, aren't they?
I think it's because I do a lot of practice on the first move.
Yes.
The squat, the first bit of the squat, but I never really probably ever follow it through.
No, because by that point...
So I do a lot of this.
And then you hit it.
And then
Yeah. So now we've got to okay, because the whole issue is that you stand up in your backswing. Why do you stand up? Well, because you're preparing to hit it, because you get tense.
Okay.
And then you don't move, you release power, then to hit it further, you just multiply that. Okay, so you see, good arm drop, great path, but body's not moving. Body's not moving, but just to show you what I'm looking at, if we look at this angle here, there, come on, okay, there we go, there, that is where the power is, that's not the power, the speed, that's the speed angle, and then you come down, okay, but because your body's not moving, and you've gone past vertical, suddenly now you've got gravity to fight against. The club is now accelerating this way. So now if we pause this one, well, what do we have now? We have more like 100, okay. So we're losing, we've lost what, 20 degrees or so there? Now what we got? Okay, so now we're leaking power. So now we're down to 30, we lost another 20 degrees. So then, the speed that you've then got in the snap, that's beautiful because the delivery is great because you've not flicked it to cheat, but equally that's why there's no club head speed, because you've got no snap there. So then you just speed up that version, which makes you tense up and then makes you start standing up. And like I said, what you do so well is that you don't let the club rehinge. You don't make that grip go towards that right arm. Look. Beautiful. Now it starts to go, which is fine. That's done. But because you don't fake the speed and flick it, you've got a genuine speed which is below what it needs to be. So you've built it up there, great, but because your body's not doing anything, you're then leaking power. Have I just done a brain dump on you?
No, I'm following, I'm getting it.
Right.
Sort of like my brain's trying to
It's hard to
I
simplify something which
yes,
is...
I sort of understand it.
Yeah, it's so simple, but...
You've got to hold that by doing that.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Exactly. In a very simple way. Could we, if we could kind of just think of it though, rather than holding it, think about creating it. Because if you can, because gravity is such a bugger in this, if we can be like past vertical and then be able to float it down, then with the club being this way, well, gravity's helping us because it's helping us to actually not lose that angle. So we can use it, but if it's going that way, but to do that, we need to get the hips going. Now you change directions well there, which is great. Done that. Then you've got to use your body to deliver this angle. Otherwise, you're going to release it. So let's do that. Great. Good. Okay. Super. At the top, I'm looking at this down the line view here. Lovely plane. Look at that. That's holding the shaft angle, which we've done a lot of work on. Now, come on, body. Come on. Come on, body.
It's not, is it? It goes.
So it's got stuck, isn't it? Yeah. And that's why your legs then hold too much flex, because if you were rotating, the legs would then be spiraling upwards to go straight. But again, I mean, you could sell that impact on eBay, right? That's a really good impact. Really good.
So is it a case of just I've got to like get the hips moving, like flowing?
Flowing and twisting. The twist is the rotation is what will help you to deliver this. This is what the body's about in the downswing. Is to make you hold this potential energy. So there. Great. Now from there, so that this stays nice and passive, you turn your hips, stop, and then okay, I know it's a snapshot position, but then you see you've got great side bend, right hips low. Obviously now the club is desperately wanting to go that way, but we're kind of like not wanting to yet. And now that's it. And that's the speed right there.
There.
That's it. That's where the club head speed comes out.
Not from here.
Not from there. Not from there, because otherwise, if you did do that, which people do, you're then obviously having to recruit other muscles, the heavier ones which move slow. You're going to have to have more tension to whack it harder, and then it just becomes more and more effort.
Okay.
Have you got like clarity on that? On the
I'm getting it. I'm definitely getting it.
Yeah.
I do tend to cheat. My bad thing is where I don't hold the angle.
That's right.
I don't hold the angle. It's not natural to me yet to hold the angle.
That's right. But what you've got there, because
I end up doing that.
Because the club's in your peripheral vision, if you do that again, you'll be able to see here. If you do that, you'll see that leap out.
Okay.
So if you could think of it from the context of where this is relative to your arms, that's it. You'd be better off as you're doing there, moving it to the right almost. Yeah, exactly. That's it. And then it's then moving that away. Move this as far away from this as you can. Great. Use your hips and then release it. Great. So given that we know that theory, okay, well then we need to know how to implement it, which to do that, the brain has to then identify it as a familiar movement. At the moment, it conflicts with what you're doing, so it's just going to reject it. It's going to reject it, because it's not familiar, it's wrong. If it's not familiar, it's wrong. The body, brain goes, no, this is wrong, I don't see this in my web of movement, so bin it. And you were trying to implement it. So that's where we've got this resistance, which is a real internal mental battle, because you've got to almost like force it into your brain, do it enough times until the brain makes this link, this neural pathway, and then once it does that, it will open the door and it'll allow you to keep doing it, and then you'll thicken it. But the hardest bit is because it's just a protection system.
Okay.
So it's like there's the technical element to understand, fine. Physically you could do it, fine. Now, how do I download it into my brain? Because ultimately it's the brain that has to operate it. And if it's not familiar, it will not let you do it. And that's where you're at.
Yeah. Okay.
So, we've just got to get it familiar. Great. And you've got that bit. That's really more familiar. Good. And then it's that bit. That's it. Great. So when you do the flip, you mustn't aid the flip with your chest. Great. So think of the grip cap. Good. Good. Now just with the wrist. Lovely. Much better. Much better. Good. So of course, doing it slowly like this, everything's going to look a bit like overinflated. You know, all the movements are going to look bigger, but that's the only way the brain can kind of then scale it down and refine it. So the good thing there was that you didn't stand up out of posture, which is great. Now you've got this beautiful thing where the grip cap, the grip end, is inside the left arm, which is great. To then be able then to get it in line, and now you've got all those, countless top of the backswings, Tommy Fleetwood, Rory, Rahm, Garcia, all of them do this, what you could consider a flamboyant movement. But it's that motion that begins to load that wrist, because as you do that, the grip cap, you see the grip cap on the face-on view here is moving away.
Okay. Yeah.
So now you've increased that angle. Now you use your body as the vessel to enable you to hold on to this angle.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. Still a bit, and then because you've stopped the hips now a little bit, you're now going to throw it.
Yeah.
Not bad though. Not bad.
So how do you get the hips moving faster? Not faster, more fluid and more moving the club as opposed to...
I guess in a way, the easiest way I could answer that is simply that if you're moving your grip away from your arm as you swing the club down, your body, your hips will just innately rotate, because the brain's going, well, if that's going that way, because it always works in pairs. The thing about the brain moving the body is that everything's in twos. So for one thing to go that way, if you move this backwards, something's got to go forwards. So there's always the equal and opposites to kind of get the balance. So if this is going back,
that's got to go.
That's going to go. If this is going this way, this needs to be supported. So the hips then go into a brace position, a brace state.
Okay.
There's a written test after the end of this, okay?
I've got horrendous hamstring aches at the moment.
Ooh.
I get upset, that real sensitive.
Yes.
It's now gone from like there right up into the.
Ouch.
Right up into there.
Yeah.
Right in there. It's absolute. It's weird why this is, whatever it is that is moving around my body.
Yes.
Started here, then went into there. Now obviously it's went into the.
Yeah.
Now it's like moved right up.
Amazing, isn't it?
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's because you're realigning everything.
I know. It's weird.
Of course, things that were kind of complex. It's pairs.
Yeah, it's pairs.
Everything's pairs.
It's like I'm just.
It is like.
It's really big.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering where it's going to go next.
Yeah, but you've got to go to all these places and hammer them out, because once they're gone, they will be permanently gone.
Will they? I hope so. I've still got that scan. I'm going to go for it. Just to get it.
Why not?
Just to have it. Yeah.
So good, great now. Good. Use your hips. No, you use them,
Right.
but it wasn't in the sequence that we want. So the vessel is pelvis, moves shoulders, moves arms. Good. twist the pelvis, keep twisting. Good. Now, and then you do it with a snap. And you're so good at that part. You're so good at that release. You don't Barbie flick it. And you keep your left arm going. So that is like, wow.
So I don't have to learn that then.
You don't.
Do it.
No, you do it so, but you don't get any benefit from it.
Okay.
Because you dump it.
Right.
Because you know, from the past you used to set the wrist. Good. Okay.
Better?
Ish.
It just feels weird,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Because it's.
So, good. Now as you start the down swing, move the grip away as you turn. So this is to be moving away, grip cap away from your arm. Good. Now change directions. That's a little bit like, well, it doesn't know what to do, kind of. But that is the first baton of the relay race. And when the gun goes, your pelvis moves, it then doesn't move, so then it throws the baton to the shoulders instead of running.
Should I be? I'm very conscious, like we've done the weight pads before. I know I don't.
Yeah.
I know I don't lean.
Well, it's not it's more. It's a fluid. It's not a. It's fluid. Great. I mean, it's made harder because you're moving slowly.
Yeah.
But equally though, making it hard isn't a bad thing. Great.
Yeah, it's a coordination thing as well.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So slow.
Well, because they're slow, if you take,
Yeah. That's a good position, isn't it?
that's great. There.
There, but then it goes. Yeah. Go on.
And now, it's like, you're on the golf course and it's like, well, I can't hit it short, I've got to whack it, so you tense the body up.
You can't see my back left pocket. You can't see any of my back, my belt.
No.
None of them. They just stop. Almost like it stops there.
But I think you'll agree that the plane and the shallowing, look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just perfection, isn't it?
I'm happy with that. Maybe that's just all that practice has maybe just helped like
Yeah.
that. But then, they get to it, they start and then they stop, don't they?
They do.
I wonder if it's because you know what I said to you about that, I really struggle with that equal and opposite, like this, like that has to keep moving, but that's, it's that back, that way.
Yes.
So maybe I stop because I can't.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it's something that you just need to.
So I can do the first move, I can almost do the
transition.
first bump bit, but then I stop.
Your transition and your impact are like, wow. Transition, impact, great. It's the bit in the
In the
middle.
middle.
It's the carrier of that. It's the loading of the club, the loading of the wrist.
Yeah.
And then because you don't load it well, you then speed everything up to make up for it, and then you tense up. And then you come out of posture.
Right.
Yeah. Pleasure.
One thing I was going to ask you, you mentioned